Okay, now you should be able to hear me. Sup, people? Now I'm listenable. So, I was mentioning before, Sunday Funday, doing some Minecraft streaming. I'm on this little Minecraft server, locally run, and we're going to just kind of hang out and see what's going on. I have nothing and no one, and we're trying to survive the nighttime. Oh gosh. So I'm thinking about, because we're on a server that is so, for lack of a better term, a really kind of like, not super populated, but like it's had like periods where it's had upwards of 50 people on it at once. We're gonna run this. We're gonna try to get a little further away from spawn, and now I don't have the ability to sprint, and we're still at nighttime. Okay, that's fine. I do not like early game. I really don't like early game. Early game is very, very tedious. So the question is what to do. Oh, I forgot that there's new music and everything. I'm probably gonna die here. That's fine. Maybe not. Let's see what we get. Come on. Let's trying to climb things is not easy in real life, but in Minecraft it is, because the dude can jump a meter pretty conveniently. All right, we're gonna hop up on this mountain here. I think I like the idea of starting a maybe like a mountaintop base or something like that. I guess this is fairly appropriate because I have to start everything off with. Thank you, randomly generated or randomly playing Minecraft soundtrack. It is interesting to hear these newer composers' takes on the Minecrafty sound. It's very different than what... Let me say that. It's the same and different, and I appreciate change. I think a lot of us get rose-tinted glasses when we look at the past and we see it as ideal. We see it as this thing that's very stuck in time. And a lot of change can be very bad, but a lot of change can be benign and even good. And there's nothing more natural in the universe than change. Don't hit me while I'm monologuing. Okay. Let's see. I've been recently getting into my face comes to me going, hey y'all, I'm off of it right now, okay? I also need to turn off the there. I literally had no prep for this. I just turned on the stream. So things are a little bit jank. And you're seeing how very little I play video games in general. I love video games as a medium of art and expression, and there's a couple of games I want to play that I think are compelling in their storytelling and what they're trying to do. One of them, it's like, I thought it was a TV show and it turns out it's not. I think it's called, don't go into my FOV. I think my number one goal right now should not be going into this biome. It should be getting food. That should food and shelter. Maslow's hierarchy. Let's start there. That would probably be wiser. But yeah, I love video games as a medium of art expression and storytelling. And I wish that I should do it. I should experience them more. I love the biome variants of mobs. I actually am super a big fan of that. We may be murdering these pigs here in a second. Even though I don't like murdering pigs. I think I'm coming back around to that same area. I wish there was a village. I wish I could find a nice village to kind of grab some stuff, play around with. What's going on in this cave? Probably not fun things. Oh, there's coal and this. Nope. Let's see. Watched The Great Gatsby last night. I should probably turn off chat visibility. Give me a sec. I want to turn off chat visibility for y'all, but I do want to see chat, so let me go to chat settings. Yeah, we're gonna hide chat. Actually, I'm gonna mention briefly. I'm gonna actually switch over to full screen face cam. Hey folks, we're just doing a quick thing. So y'all can only see me. I'm gonna stay on just face cam with me and talk. I mean, really all I'm doing is just walking around, so I'm just giving a second. Okay, one of the really weirdly cool things about having a drawing tablet, because I was using the drawing tablets for the okay, I'm going to let me go to, now I can go to options. Cool. All right, now we're back in business. But I was using the tablet for the math streams that I was doing earlier on here, a week or two ago. And that the tablet's very useful because it lets me essentially get in and it's a second monitor, and I don't have the space for a second monitor on this desk. But what I do have the space for is a little like tablet. It's like I have my keyboard and then the tablet is between my keyboard and my main monitor, so I can. That was not smart. So I can see a chat, and I can see the OBS window, and I can do all my stuff. Normally for the math streams, it's inverse. So my main monitor has OBS on it, and the mathematical business is happening on the tablet. So very, very useful little piece of kit there. I do wish it was a little bit more like wide field of view, but it's not. And that's okay. Sometimes you just need something that works, not something that is kind of weird. We got a bunch of sheep. That's good. All right, I'll use this area because I like it. I need an area. I wanted an area that was kind of... I like meetings of multiple biomes because I can get a little more resources than I would normally be able to get. I'm just going to quickly grab myself some stone, cobblestone. Let's get cobbled up here. I'm just going to quickly start moving in the direction of getting more resources. Let's just do that. 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. Start putting this stuff together. Okay, put this together. Cool. And then we'll come back. I'll kill you in a sec. Yeah, I mean, early game really is one of these things that's just automatic. It's autopilot. And it's even worse because I'm not like, I don't know how fast you can be, quote unquote, at this part of the game. I'm sure you can be. I'm not interested in it because I'm not trying to be competitive. So I'm just gonna do my thing. And really, I think it's one of the issues I've had with Minecraft as a game is that its progression does get old a little bit in the early game, at least. I think that having more paths to level up would be nice, because you're always going to be punching the trees, you're always going to be grabbing food, getting the bed, upgrading your tools, doing all these things. And sure, that would make sense that it's consistent. Okay. The problem boils down to the fact that you're dealing with, I don't actually have any clue if our admin has installed, our server admin has installed the whole, like, if one person sleeps, everybody, then the night is skipped for everyone. But I don't know, and it doesn't matter, because I'm going to act as if we just have to deal with the nighttime. Yay, okay. I'm just going to burn this right quick. That'll give us some cooked food, and then it'll allow us to sprint and do all the other things that we need to be doing. I need to get some farming going, so we're going to start that up as well. My main prerogative in the beginning of the game is making sure my caloric... I'm not running a caloric deficit. And I like doing that pretty damn fast. I don't want to be sitting around realizing I don't have enough food unless, it is something that is abundantly clear that there's an issue. Okay, so then we make a, okay. Okay, we do desperately need to build a house. Oh, shit. Okay, come on. Come on here. Do the thing. Dang it! Come on. 1, 2. Cool. I could also build inside of this. This actually could be more resource efficient just to build a cave house. Because I have to dig something out. I don't have to build something up. It's already covered in... You dumbass. That's what you're supposed to do. There. See, there's a reason why we have to. And another thing we're gonna do is do the old. We gotta get our charcoal up. Okay, we have a hoe. I'm gonna dump these 9 in this area. Why? Because it's a little tiny 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, cool. That's going. We're going to start going underground now. I'm going to build the underground house. So what is of the essence here is covering up the entrance, and that's about what I care about at the moment. I just need a little opening. Come on. There we go. All right. So now we just are going to cover that up. And it's messy and it's very noob looking, but I don't care what it looks like. It just needs to work. We're going to do one of these guys. Cool. This is going. This is going. And this is gone. Okay, we now have pulled up. And we're going to go under. Grab a couple more resources, mainly so we can do one or two things at night. Namely, building up a charcoal reserve to the extent that we can come back the next morning. So, and we're very low on health, so we're very vulnerable. We're one-shottable, and we do not want to do that. We got to reset the spawn point now. We've got one zombie in the fray now. We're gonna be rolling inside. Boom, boom, and we are down and under. All right, so we're gonna be doing a bit of that, and we'll start to be able to do some light production here. Now the main question, white bed, we need to set spawn point. Oh, cool. Oh, we need 2 players sleeping. Okay, interesting. So now we take the charcoal, get the rest of this done. That'll give us a surplus. And we'll be good to go. And there's 2 things we're going to use this charcoal for. The first thing is to get a little bit more of that food so we can actually get closer to getting our health back. The second thing that's going to be for is going to be for getting our is making a couple of torches just so we have light, and then we can just use that. We got a little bit of water down here. What can that water be used for? So we got a little hermit crafty. I do have enough of that. We're just gonna quickly 7. It's perfect. We can go ahead and do this. Just so we have that specifically designed to tick people off, right? You know, it's just the wrong way. All right, that's fine. Though I do want it to be angled the correct direction. Cool. Do that, do that, do that. At least the 4. I'm trying to conserve a little bit of stuff here for the sake of, namely, just efficiency. Part of me doesn't want to have the grass down here, but I'll worry about that later. I don't know what my design plans are. Okay. Alright, we got that. Boom. Now that's going. That'll be able to cook the 2, so we could probably make a good number of torches with the rest. Cool. Okay. I'll leave that. Please let me... Okay, I should get full. We are now recovering health. Excellent. So we're now almost at full health. We can probably go out, grab a couple of things. Probably could just light up around the base. We'll probably reduce our mob count immediately outside. Boom. Alright, we're just gonna keep on running. Oh, some metal would be nice. Iron. That's what that's called. As long as I keep continuously sprinting, I don't get hit. Gonna carve this out a little bit. Oh, you can make this so cozy and nice. You could even maybe make this whole idea come up a little bit of, like, almost like a hobbit house. That would be nice. Well, we are in a pretty good position. Nice. I know it's cobble, but I do like the idea of having a little bit of a way around this. I'm gonna go check. What are we looking at here? I'm actually also gonna do the little, this is a thing I like to do, which is build up a little coastline of crops, and I think that it gives a really nice, easy to start, because you don't have to build out the farm. Like, it's less spatially efficient, sure, but it's significantly more time saving in the short term because you've already got stuff growing, and that's what you want to do at the beginning. To my mind, my play style, I just want to get stuff going as quickly as possible. The more that I am getting that caloric deficit down, the better. I'm just trying to see if there's any naturally spawning anything near here, near these cords. What are my cords? Oh, great, I'm leaking my coordinates. Oh, there's a zombie villager. That'd be cool. I can't cure it, but whatever. I think we are okay. Oh, great. Great! Oh, the universe. The math has given me every reason to just be the worst. None of these things will despawn. Great. I don't have anything, so except that I do. I have no excuses. You know what you can do? You know what you can do? You can mine. That's half the name of the game. So why don't we do that? Oh, convenient place, convenient place, convenient place. There is no convenient place. There's only a convenient time, and that time is now. Here. All right. Let's just go. Look at that. Oh, goodness gracious. It's something of a... I don't know. I need iron. It's really what I need right now. So let's just start doing that. That was shockingly loud. I don't know if I just have my headphones up, but that was loud for the game. I've never heard thunder hit that hard before. Okay. Ugh. Come on. Give me some iron. Or not. That's fine. Oh, goodness. Still not there. I don't have a crafting table down here, so I gotta go all the way up. Yeah. Oh, I'm covering half my inventory up. Hold on, y'all. Let me correct this. That's better. Okay, you can see the health bar actually. I mean, it probably should just go into the top. I don't know why I'm a bottom right guy. Just the way that I set my stuff up. But I digress. Maybe I should go. Maybe I should hang out up here. See, this is much more traditional. Much more traditional style. All right, we're still raining. Okay. Lovely jubbly. We got the things. All right. Let's keep on trying to find some iron. Yeah, I guess the top right's fine. The problem with my streams, it's really that my streams are very boring. Because I don't have a lot going on, and what I'm doing is usually pretty mundane. So like what I'm doing right now is I'm doing basic Minecraft stuff. And that was the thing again. It was so loud. And granted, I'm doing this pretty late at night. I'm a little bit eepy. But you know, I didn't mean this to be super long anyways. I'm literally doing this for the hell of it. Principally because I just prefer doing it that way. I don't like overthinking things. Because the second that I do, I create for myself an existential crisis of epic proportions. Oh, we got a blub. We got that blub, dude. I don't know where we going, if we gonna find it soon or not. I don't know. I keep forgetting. Usually I know to do the right thing, but I didn't do it that time. I don't know if my compressor saved the non-existent audience's ears. All right. We're pretty deep now, so I'm still annoyed that... I keep forgetting. I'm still not used to this. I'm a very old school player. I am still very used to iron being higher up underground. But now it's this V shape of probability, which I think is cool. So it's something to get used to. I can also just craft more torches. That's a thing I'm allowed to do. I don't want to go towards the zombie, even though it's not a very intense mob. I just guess I have to. You know what? I have to. You know why I have to? Because that's how I'm going to find my resources, you know? And if you can't fight the monsters in the Minecraft, you can't play the you guys part of the game, you know? At least in this particular server, it doesn't have to be. You can just do peaceful. I always was a peaceful player growing up. A lot of that had to do with the fact that I was much more interested in the like actual crafting part of the game. I was not interested in the RPG components. There we go. Oh, I thought that was... I thought that was gravel for a second. Okay, finally. about to lose this thing. What the heck was that? I am not familiar with that mob sound. I'm sure many people know it well. Doesn't sound fun. 6 is enough. The 6, yeah, that'll allow me to make an upgrade to iron and to get around some of those problems regarding other related things. The other issue with my streams, to be honest with you, I don't do thumbnails on them, and I'm doing it on YouTube. I'm streaming on YouTube. I don't stream to Twitch. I have considered streaming to Twitch. The reason that I don't stream to Twitch right now is mainly because I don't have much going on Twitch, and my presence on the internet's really weird. I have a YouTube channel that is my full name, and I don't put a lot on it because I prefer that to showcase stuff that I spend time on, not lowbrow stuff like this. And part of it, maybe it should be lowbrow stuff like this because it is part of who I am and what I do and how I exist in the world. And I need to grab some more wood. But at the same time, part of the reason that I made the NoQC channel and named it NoQC, at least for now, is because I like the fact that I can just flip on a live stream and not be freaked out about, you know, who's seeing it and all that stuff. Because that's the main, the channel with my name on it is the channel that, like, your high school teachers are looking at, and your parents are looking at, and all these things. And I mean, they know about these channels too, but it's like, or at least my parents do. People like it, know like about this channel, but it's more the purpose of the thing. And for me to just throw up a Minecraft live stream out of nowhere whenever everything else you've seen on that channel is like pretty well informed stuff that time has been taken to make it. I'm actually going to give myself an iron helmet. I just want to get a little bit of protection on that front. Now, this is an old school piece. This is one of the first pieces I remember hearing in this game. Okay. Alright. We're gonna keep on rolling. I don't have a plan or a goal right now. This has been my problem. It's funny, I used to be the guy that was like always doing stuff, and I had all these big ideas, and that isn't a thing that I'm very good at these days. In a lot of ways, that's not always true, but it's very selective. It's just part of being an adult. Is losing that, or maybe not losing it. I don't want to say that you lose creativity. I do, like, being an adult obviously causes your inhibitions to change. But something's changed. I mean, clearly, I am psychochemically completely different, or I'm the result of a shift in those ways. But there's lots of stuff that's changed. A lot of stuff that hasn't. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, the only thing that is natural is the most natural thing is change. Oh, goodness gracious. Why? What? No, leave. No. Ugh. Okay. I may legit just... We got 1 or 2 players sleeping, 1 or 2 players sleeping. Two players sleeping. Thank goodness. We can get rid of the rain. We can get rid of the garbage. Now what I want is I saw a... I am not going to let myself off the hook until I very, very clearly have a good chunk of food. And that is going to principally involve a whole lot of farming to start with. Because I can't sprint right now, and that's not good. But yeah, it's like I just don't have... I don't play games that much, and here I am doing it, and it's like, okay, what do I want to do? It's like, well, I could build a house. Cool, everyone's done that. I could build a castle. Cool, everyone's done that. I could build a transportation network. It's a thing I've done in the past that could be cool, but it's like, with what end in mind? Like, what's a fun thing I could do with it that actually is like, oh, I want to do this. Like, it's just not something that I have found a lot of interest in doing, and I don't... Oh, it is like... And it's weird. It's very weird how this game has changed, or more how I've changed, and how I approach this game so differently than I used to. And I'm really only playing it because some people are on it, and I'm not interacting with them actively because it's just, and for whatever reason, people aren't. There's no voice chat. There's nothing like that. So it's like, okay, I'll just hang out as a witch. So I'll just kind of do this, and I'm like, well, I guess I'll stream. That's one way of doing this. It's one way of trying to socialize a little more than nothing, which currently I'm streaming to 0 people. And that's totally fine. I don't expect anyone to watch this. I don't expect anyone not to. It just exists. It is available. All that for 2 more iron. Okay. Could pivot to something else. What I really do need for this YouTube channel is assets. And I do like the idea of changing this thing's brand because right now this channel is no QC. It stands for no quality control. There's a couple of things I don't like about it. One of them is it's very close to XQC, who is a streamer. And my understanding of that channel and that person is I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know if this person's very divisive or not. My understanding is maybe. And the fact that I'm not entirely certain is not my favorite. So I'm like, okay, maybe shouldn't have this channel so close to that. The nice thing about it, though, is no QC is a very well search optimized name. Like, for whatever reason, when you type in no QC into YouTube, my channel comes up. And that's unbelievably nice from a search engine optimization perspective. So I don't know. I kind of... Is that let's look this up. Is there already a window up? No. Let's look this up. Go to the bottom. I'm not going to show you the window all the time. X. Oh, okay. So I was looking up why the streamer XQC is named XQC, because I was thinking like no QC. Is XQC literally like no QC? No, it's the first letter of the last name in the province of Canada, Quebec, Canada. I didn't know he was Quebecois. Or a Quebecer is what you do in English. So we could call it no QC, no quality control. That's probably fine. And keep it that way. It's etymologically different enough. I may have to kill 1 or 2 more sheep here. I don't want to, because I actually want to take these and breed them eventually. But it's like so much of what I want to do with this channel, it's kind of mixed, because on one hand, I love the idea of casual stuff like this. I love the idea of doing science videos. I love the idea of doing higher brow stuff. I don't know. I like the idea of storytelling and things like that. So there's a mix of things I want to do. Mostly because I'm a very multi-interested, like I am a person with a lot of different interests. I'm into a lot of stuff. Like I'm into, philosophy, politics, urbanism, cooking, linguistic stuff. Particularly, I'm a Louisiana French speaker. You got just art stuff like filmmaking, graphic design. You've got science communication, particularly in the realm of astronomy, physics, climate, and then more just casual stuff like what I'm doing now. And I don't, and this could just be I could just be a variety person, and that be fine. I do like the idea, like I have concept ideas for channels that are so disparate. Like for example, I like the idea of doing a channel for the politics example. I don't want to, if I'm doing a politics channel, I'm like, all right, I'm going to do a video of me going and doing some work with some organization and just documenting that process of like some like action we're doing or something like that. That'd be super fun. And the main reason being because to promote getting out in the real world and doing stuff, and showing that process. I think that's kind of needed. Even though like we just don't see a lot of that. We see a lot of people advocating for it, but like, hey, make a vlog of you doing the thing and then show that process step by step and then turn around and say, hey, do this, y'all. And then folks go out and do it because they've seen it. When you see something done and you see the steps concretely, even if they don't look exactly the same for you, it makes it a lot easier. To literally just see it, even as dumb and simple as some of it may be. That's one idea I've had. Another idea is to get into filmmaking and just talk about the craft of it, and maybe do it with a bent towards science communication, climate, maybe even the political stuff, or an urbanism, stuff like that. Which I think urbanism would fit within that activism-y side, maybe. And I mean, with anything political, I'd have to think through that to really put my hat in the ring there. Also, I mean, I'm also someone who's considers myself a member of the secular humanist community, member of the atheist community. I'd love to get involved with that work. I think there's a lot of important stuff to be said there. Once again, you got the science stuff, sure, but that's pretty stereotypical. I like hitting things from different angles because I don't want to do the same thing that's already being done. And I'm also someone who's very, the problem is like, I'm also someone who's like very like anti-attention span economy. Meaning I want to be in the real world. I don't want to be here online. And it's because, like, even saying the things that I'm saying right now, like, even tacitly revealing parts of who I am, what I believe, or what I don't believe. Oh, he's got hunger on. Fine, I gotta go kill something. I'm on. I'll just do this one. And so that is risky. But simultaneously, I just come back around to this notion that there is no such thing as a risk-free world, I guess. There's lots of there's lots of YouTubers that reveal things like that about themselves, and they don't explode in a fireball of whatever you would call it, of internet, the internet firestorm. The internet gets mad at you, and that's that, no matter what. And that's one of the things I hate about the internet is the divisiveness, the Twitterification of discourse, and that all we do is discourse. We don't do anything. People do things, but it mostly seems to be that the rage boils over into action, and that action is the worst possible thing. This is more desperate, I think. Rather than just doing the right thing. Because it's what's important. For example. But I don't know. I want to be unapologetically who I am, and also not be one of those, I don't want to give people that. I just want to be normal in that sense. But then again, is normal even a good thing? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just something. Yeah, it's not that it's bad or good, it just is. Okay. And welcome to late night streams, where I'm going to get all philosophical. And I'm documenting everything I'm saying ad infinitum. Like, that's on the internet now. That's the other reason that I get very nervous about doing anything relating to religion, politics, or other important things, even science communication, because I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to cause undue harm, even if completely unintended, legitimately, because number one, you don't know that. For anyone watching this that doesn't personally know me, especially, and even if you do know me in some sense, there's a level of trust there, and I think that Hank Green said it the best, that the internet is becoming, and social media especially, is a machine that destroys trust. And I do not know how I feel about any of that. I want to build trust. And I think Hank Green does too. Maybe it is possible to be like that. I think that he is an example of someone who does do politics. He does science communication. He's a science communicator, and he is pretty beloved. Same with John Green. The Green brothers are amazing for that, and they're not, I can't kill a bunny, man. They're so precious. Our family had a pet bunny when I was a kid. And it was killed in a pretty horrific way. I am like saying, oh, here's a trauma. But... and maybe that's connecting to that, weirdly enough. what I do, what I want to do when it comes to serious topics, I want to do it out of love and out of care. And especially if what I do is very, like, I'm being very serious, I'm going to, like, full-throatedly call things out, you know? I'm not going to mince words. That kind of... I have a shield. Hold on. What am I doing? That kind of thing is that attitude I think feeds into it, and then that authenticity, just being authentically decent, just being a decent human being is important. And maybe that's what it is. I mean, the thing is, like, well, people like Hank Green, they're finally with people like Hank Green. Oh no. Well, my respawn point's like right here. Oh, perfect. If a really good way would actually to fix that design problem of being down low would be to build up like a little mound, so that when you do come out, then you're on top, you're like above people. But no, it's like authenticity is so important, and I guess I worry about like Hank Green's actual beliefs are relatively mainstream. Mine are I think becoming more mainstream, but some of my views are not normal. I don't consider them extremist, but they are not very common, and they're mostly economic in that sense. I, being someone who considers myself an anti-capitalist, but a fairly clear socialist, is an example of that. It's an example of a view that, I mean, even saying that word is like, whoa, what do you say? And it's like, I mean, it's just a view that that the current economy is fundamentally unjust, and the solution to that is to democratize that, whether it be through a non-governmental means like worker syndication, or through nationalization, or a mixture of these things. That's the view. The idea of advocating for that as an ideal or as an aim, because I don't consider it to be idealistic. It's just, well, we do it with governments, but I digress. It's like, and it'll be imperfect and there'll be problems, but it's one of those things that, do I want to go there? Do I want to talk about that super openly to people? Because, I mean, even just talking about it on stream is like, I'm kind of wincing a little bit. Like, is this something I should not be talking about on stream? And I say that because it's something that I don't know what that could lead to. And it's something that is a little bit concerning on multiple fronts. But it's something that, and I know I'm starting to meander here, but it's something that I should be careful about and think about getting more into talking about. I mean, I think I've come to a conclusion, which is why I'm talking about it on stream, that stating your belief in general and what it is, I don't necessarily think that's the issue, because it's not that obtuse to do. I'm not sitting out here calling for you to go shoot people or whatever. That is, violence like that is abhorrent. And it's something that like that, those are things like that are obviously insane. But the reason that I make that juxtaposition is because it's something that it just feels to me like, and it's, I don't know, it just feels like so much of it, what that is, what these serious discussions have become is not, I don't want to even discuss. I really just want to do things to make people's lives better, to be frank. And I don't want to sit on here and argue about it. I want to make sure that somebody gets fed that might not have. Or that somebody has more representation that didn't have it in their workplace or something like that. That's literally my aim when it comes to those kinds of things. Or that the world is more scientifically literate because they deserve it. Or that my kids, proverbially I don't have kids, but that the next generations, they have a world that's livable, and not just livable, but a world they can thrive in. And today, at the rate we're going, that isn't going to happen. It won't be thrivable. You won't be able to thrive in it, but you may not even be able to live in it very well. People will survive, of course, but it's going to be bad. I don't want to be super apocalyptic or doomer about that, because I don't think that's helpful. I don't think it's true. But I also don't think that, there are parts of this world that will become very difficult to live in. People's lives are going to get uprooted. Many, many, many people's lives are going to get uprooted. But it's one of those things that's like, when I'm talking about it, I think to myself, okay, I don't just want to tell you what the problems are, right? Okay, for example, the earth is warming in general. And in aggregate, that warming is going to cause climates to change in different parts of the world. Some of those climates are going to, on average, get warmer. Some of those climates are, on average, going to get cooler because you're going to see breakdowns of certain types of polar vortexes going down into the south. And they're going to stay up in the cold bowl of air is going to stay up north, and that's going to make that area a little bit colder because it's just not, the heat isn't spreading as far north on average. It's staying around the equator and the mid regions. Some climates will get drier, some climates will get wetter. And that change is going to put a lot of stress on a lot of people's lives. So people knowing that's one thing. What are we going to do about it? What can you, the viewer, do to stop being a viewer and become a citizen? Because that is what you should be doing. And I don't, and the answer isn't simple. And it's not something that a person on the internet can come out and say, hey, you need to go do X. For example, like I live in a part of the country that has a very different set of needs and abilities to do things than other parts of the country. For example, it's pretty clear I'm American. That's a problem. And those solutions are different. And the only thing that I think is consistent is we need community in person, not online. Online community is good, certainly, but in person. And so many places in the world and so many parts of the country, so many parts of the country just don't have that. We don't need to be convincing people, I guess is my point. Because I think that battle was won and lost for the most part already. What we need is find the people who are already want to do things because they're here. They're in our communities. We are parts of our communities. We just need to get us in contact with each other and somehow organize around doing things. And that is not easy because there's so many different issues. Like there's labor issues, there's climate issues, there's political, electoral specifically issues, things like that. And I actually really like this piece. I don't know why. I love this little intro here. It's got this particular patch is just so, it's very ethereal, and I love good ethereal synth like this. But that's the thing, and I look at like then you get into the messy reality of the world and of people, and that's the other aim of it. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at and my thinking about what is my place and what is my responsibility. And then again, I am outside of what I do here, I'm a full-time student. I'm in research. I do what I do. Should I just document that? But fundamentally, I also want to document, to tell stories, to share things. And it is painful to be that in a world that wants to, that is so oversaturated with it. I got into filmmaking and storytelling before YouTube. I wanted to do that since I was a little kid. Since I saw Star Wars. Weirdly enough, I was like 3 or 4 years old. Saw movies. I wanted to tell stories. And then I watched the world become a deluge, an oversaturation of that. And I felt like, and still feel like, my voice now means nothing. Because it is a drop in a torrent. And I am literally doing that right now. I am streaming I'm not telling a story right now more than I'm just telling my own story maybe, but it's bad. It's very bad. I just hope that one day I can live in a world where I can be a part of a conversation that is reasonable and that is at the scale of a human conversation. And to be able to touch people as an artist and as a scientist. And hopefully be some part in making the world a better place. Okay. I already had one of those. I now have 2. I could become a man who owns 5 ovens. You know that Markiplier reference. Just hit me, I'm streaming at 30 FPS. I don't care. This is not, obviously we're playing a video game. You typically, you're playing games, you want to run it 60 FPS, but we're not running at 60 FPS, we're running at 30. Hold on, let me swap over to my main cam. I just want to see who all's on. Okay. I'm just going to quickly check the chat that no one else can see. And now we can see the chat. Literally no chat since then, unless it didn't log them for me. Interesting. It's been about an hour. I am going to be so real. I don't see what else I'm doing here. I'm gonna disconnect. And just go from there. So yeah, I don't know. This has become a little bit more of a low-key kind of stream. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Because there's so much to do. So much that I want to say. There's so much that I want to do. And like I said before, I don't know if I have if my voice means anything. And I say that not out of ego, because I don't like being the center of attention. It's more that I want to join in that human conversation that is art, and that is making the world a better place, and that is all these things that we want to do. And yet it seems to me, especially in the world of climate and of politics and of religion, and to be clear, I don't consider myself anti-religious. I mentioned that I was an atheist, but I just want to know that people are well when it comes to that one, just in general, obviously. But I want to see that happen, see those things happen, and work towards that. But it seems to me like joining in on that, especially on the internet, especially where I live, especially how I am, I don't know what that's going to lead to. And I am legitimately terrified as to the implications of what that means. Bearing myself as I am to the online space. And I mean, this stream has gotten 0 views. Almost no one will see this. And even I'm acting as if people will, mostly out of an abundance of caution. But it's one of those things that's like, I don't know. I really have no clue. Excuse me, how this is going to end up. Any of it. Whatever I end up doing. Because damn it if I'm not fired up to do something. But I am. And I can't stand to live in a world where it sucks. I'm just hanging out. I just don't want it to suck. That's that part of me. And then the other part of me is like, I also want to chill and just be normal. I don't want everything to be high stakes. And I just enjoy geeking out about things. I love the joy of it. I want to be chill too. I don't know if I can have my cake and eat it too. I don't know if that's fanciful thinking. But perhaps it's something that I just have to dive in and just be my entire self. Or anything I make and do is going to be inauthentic. And maybe I'll start off doing stuff in one way, and then I'll just find like a groove and I'll just stick with that. Maybe it won't be something divisive. As politics or religion or... I hate the fact that it is, but climate activism, which is kind of a political thing in its own right, like I mentioned, and the religious stuff is too. Working with like doing the secular humanist stuff, I would love to work on, but it's like all of that is just something that it's been just churning in my head, and I have all these things, and it's like, well, I want to do all these things, but it's like, man, what can I do? Like I want to do a series. I thought about like putting a lapel mic on myself, getting a GoPro, and then cycling around and talking about urbanism Now, the issue with that would be doxing myself too bad. I mean, like, I feel like I'm implicitly at least narrowing down where I live to a pretty clear area, but I don't. How do you go about that way? Oh, I need to consider that pretty closely. If I live in a major city, that would be different. But I digress. Anyways, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. I hope if anyone watches the VOD, I hope you have a nice evening, night, or whenever you see this. But see you around, folks. Peace.